It is over. It is all over. The regular season is in a coffin, buried. It's done. It is gone, baby. And now we move on to the best teams.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Pick Six, where we're covering all the teams that are playing in super duper wild card weekend. Actually, they got rid of that and they're just calling it wild card.
I like the super wild card a little bit more. It brought a little bit more excitement to it. Now just back to wild card, like I don't know, man. It just seemed like very juiced up when you had the super in it.
Would you want it to be called Super Bowl?
That's that. Now that's doing it a little too much. That's something else.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the wild card weekend.
All right. So first game we got is on the Saturday slate, 1:30. We have the Chargers walking into Houston to play the Texans. Chargers are the 5th seed, scoring an 11-6 record. Texans are the 4th seed with the 10-7 record going into the playoffs. So the Chargers actually have the better record, which is something that we usually see between the 5th and the 4th seed. But in Houston, Houston's been struggling for the past couple months, it seems like, and the Chargers have been playing good pretty much all year. So who do you have on this one?
You know what? Actually, man, and by the way, when he said 1:30, that's Pacific Standard Time. That's right over here on the Wild West side. All right. Man, this is actually kind of an easy one for me. When the season first started, or in the beginning of the season, there's some good high hopes for the Texans. And I still do think there's hopes for them going forward after this season. But man, they got riddled with injuries. I just, the Chargers, they're playing some good ball, man. They're a force to be reckoned with. They are a sleeper team in the playoffs. They're definitely a team to watch out for. I would have been saying that about the Texans. But yeah, no, man, they're riddled with injuries. This is Chargers all the way right here.
I'm not going to mirror too much of what you said, but it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I think the Chargers are just a better team in Houston, in a dome. So it's not like weather's going to be a huge factor. And besides, it's Houston anyways. It's not like it gets frigid out there. At least I don't think it does. But yeah, I got Chargers all the way. They've been playing some good ball. They are a sleeper team. They are the one wild card team that I could see making it to the Super Bowl. The one team that didn't win the division, right? I think the Chargers are the best out of all of them. I do.
No, man.
You got the Commanders, you got the Broncos, you got the Packers, Vikings. I'll get into the Vikings, because it is a little bit of a shocker for me to say that, I guess, in some ways. I'll get into the Vikings when I get into the Vikings. But, yeah, I got Chargers all the way. Jim Harbaugh is doing one hell of a job over there with this team. And, yeah, they're going to get past the Houston Texans.
Easily 2-possession game. Easily, maybe even 3.
Yeah, just hasn't been the year that we thought it was going to be for the Texans. Injuries, and also CJ Stroud's been having a little bit of a sophomore slump. This year just ain't it. Maybe next year, Houston. Maybe next year. I do think they have high hopes. They still have a really young team, a good, talented team. Just not this year, man.
And for all the Texan fans that are there that get their hearts broken, I hope you guys are super duper Astro fans.
Oh yeah, we're still bitter. We're still bitter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, so we both got the Chargers on that one. Next, we have the first Sunday game at 10 o'clock in the morning. We have the Broncos walking into Buffalo to play the Bills. The Broncos, 7th seed, 10-7. Bills, 13-4, holding the 2nd seed. Of course, it's January. It's going to be freezing. I don't think that's too much of a factor for the Broncos. They do play in Denver. Just get a little frigid over there. Who you got on this one? I think this is another easy one, honestly.
No, I don't think there's an easy one, man. I mean, I know who I'm favoring for sure, but I don't think they're going to blow them out. look, obviously, man, the Bills, they're definitely on another level. But hey, man, I think the Broncos are gonna give them a damn good game. I do. One thing that I do like about the playoffs, which switched a few years ago, is that now there's only one team on each conference that gets the bye week, right? Um, I think I know, man. I give the Broncos a good chance here. Well, maybe I shouldn't say a good chance, but I do give them a shot. They're playing some pretty damn good ball, man. I don't think this is just a straight layup for the Buffalo Bills. The fact that it's in Buffalo again, like you just mentioned, the Broncos are from Colorado, man. They're the mile high. They know what's up with when it comes to weather. This will be a good one. I am interested in this game, but yeah, I mean, I got to go Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Josh Allen is still should be. He's on a path to wanting to beat Pat, finally getting over that hump and taking the Bills to the Super Bowl. That is something that they've been, you could say, underachieving. There's been times where they've been favored to win the Super Bowl, haven't even gone there. So Josh Allen should have a chip on his shoulder this playoffs. And I guess so, same thing with Lamar Jackson. But I mean, Buffalo has been favored a couple times, it seems like, to beat the Chiefs. And they're not going to be able to do that if they don't get past Denver. I think they go in there at home and beat the Broncos by 2, maybe even 3 possessions. Not to say that the Broncos aren't a good team. They're a good team. All right. I'd say they're on the weaker side of playoff teams. When you count all 14 teams, I'd rank them about 12th, maybe 11th.
Wow. Okay.
But that's no shade to the Broncos. Yeah, I just got Buffalo all the way, man. I think Josh Allen does his thing and kind of showcases what to expect for the rest of the playoffs, man.
I also say they beat them by 2 possessions, but I think that happens in the fourth quarter. I think it's pretty competitive all the way through. Once we get into the fourth quarter, that's where I think the Bills just start breaking away, and time just defeats the Broncos.
And besides, the Broncos did just have a layup of a game to get into the playoffs. What do you think about the Chiefs? People are talking about it. All right, there's a little bit of controversy. Is there really anything to be talking about? Do you think that the Chiefs just let the Broncos beat them so the Bengals don't get into the playoffs? What are your thoughts on that real quick?
You know what? I forgot that, man. That's right. Don't we need to get, maybe I should switch and change my pick now, man. The Broncos did what the Bills can never do. They did what they could not do, man. Not only did they beat them, okay? It wasn't even close. They slaughtered them. They didn't even allow them to get a field goal.
That's true.
A big goose egg on their scoreboard. I don't know, man. Maybe I should go Broncos now. They smacked the Chiefs like nothing. Like it was nothing. I don't know, man. Bo Nix and those Broncos. I don't know now, man. You sure you don't want to change your pick here?
I'm positive. Okay, because there's things about it where I'm just like, really, they just let the Broncos beat them. But then again, the Bengals do always give the Chiefs a run for the money. And Joe Burrow is the only active player to knock off Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. So in ways, I don't understand it, but in other ways, I could see it. I could see why the Chiefs would do it. Do I think they did it? I'm not going to speculate anything here.
Okay, but there's a chance that it was strategy. This was strategic.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
And you know what? I don't hate the Chiefs for that completely.
Okay.
I'm being real.
I'm with you. I mean, the Bengals are the best team. The Bengals. You know what? The Bengals are the best team that didn't make the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
I
think they beat easily 5-6 teams that are in the playoffs.
Ooh,
yeah.
I mean, they beat one last week. All right. Next, we go to the NFC. We have the first afternoon game. That being the Green Bay Packers walking into Philly to play the Eagles. Packers ended off the season 11-6, maybe a little bit of a downer for the Packers. You know, they were kind of in that talks with potentially the first seed, the division. They wound up finishing third in their division, still made the playoffs, sixth seed, or I'm sorry, seventh seed. Wait, let me get my fact. Yeah, the seventh seed at 11-6. So that's something. And the Eagles 14-3, second seed. I'm sorry, the Packers are a little bit injured, you know, with the wide receiver position. How do you see this one playing out, man? They lost to the Bears last week.
What a run for the NFC North, man. That division, with aside of the Packers, that division kind of just gets lost. What a run this season that division had, with the exception of Mr. Painting his fingernails, Bears over there. But what a run for that division, man. You know what? My hat goes off to that division. That sucker was super competitive this year, with the exception of, you know, the Claws over there. I would say, if they weren't a little banged up, I would say that the Packers would be my number one wild card team. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think they're in it. All right. I'm not going to throw them out the window and say, like, no, they don't have a chance. I still think they're in it. One thing that I don't really like about them, man, they are a little inconsistent. You know, sometimes they look great. It's like, whoa, man, hey, they're elite. And then they drop a dud. And knowing, being a Steelers fan, I know what that's all about. Can they go into Philly and beat them? Man. Yes. Okay. Yes, they can. Do I favor them? Darn it, man. You know what? I'm gonna go Packers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Packers, man. That's no shot at Philly. Because damn, Philly, you know, Philly is actually a team that's really not gotten a lot of spotlight, but they're a pretty damn good team. But not a lot of people have really been talking about them.
I'm a counter. I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
Okay.
I was thinking about it a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's playoff time. Since you picked the Packers, I'll feel comfortable in picking the Eagles. Saquon Barkley right now is on another level. Like I said before, it's either him or Derrick Henry that's the best running back in the league right now. The change of scenery, they both really needed it. And Saquon, I mean, he's doing some crazy stuff over there in Philly, and I think that continues. You know, as long as Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts doesn't mess things up, they should be just fine and win this game. That's really all that the recipe for the Eagles to win, as long as their quarterback doesn't really make so many mistakes.
Okay. Let me just throw this out there, and I'm picking the Packers. Let's be clear on this. The Packers had to compete against the Lions and the Vikings. All right. Yes, and of course the Bears. And the Eagles had to compete against the Giants and the Cowboys. Yeah. All right. Okay. The Commanders, sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that's nothing, but I mean, they compare against the Cowboys. They compare against the Giants. Like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
no,
you know,
right.
Let's go Packers. Come on, Packers. Come on.
You're right. All right. Next, we have the Sunday night game. We have the Washington football team Commanders going in as the fifth seed, facing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 10-7, and they're the fifth seed. Baker Mayfield hosting Jaden Daniels. The Commanders actually didn't look all that good this past week. Okay, they wound up benching Jaden Daniels during halftime, which all they said was, you know, we want him ready for the playoffs. He wasn't looking good against Dallas. But what do you have on this one, man?
Come on, man. Come on. You know, the guy can do it all. He can sell insurance. He can sell cologne. The guy just, you know what? The guy looks good. He feels good, so he looks good. He plays good. He's out there in Florida, man. He's throwing some nice bombs, and the guy's a ball player. The guy knows how to win, man. Of course, I'm talking about my boy Baker, Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Baker Mayfield, man.
Tampa Baker.
Yeah, or Tampa Baker Field.
All right. All right, so you're going Bucks, right?
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I just wanted to double check. I'm going Bucks for a different reason. All right. It's more of the Commanders side. They have a rookie quarterback going on the road for his first playoff game. Usually, that doesn't really add up too well. Usually, the rookie quarterback on the road. Rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs in general typically don't play very well. Okay. Am I saying that he's going to have a bad game? Not necessarily, but you're going to have to keep up with a really good offense in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do I think they do that? No. So I got the Bucks.
That's just another way of saying, man, go get him, Baker.
Sure. I got nothing against Baker Mayfield. Okay. You know what? If the Bucks make the Super Bowl, I really don't have a problem with it too much. So I don't really have hatred towards the Bucks. So there you go.
The Buccaneers have not been good since Tom Brady.
So since what they say, Tampa Bay, something like that.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, something. I was Bakerneers. Now it's the Tampa Bay Bakerneers. See, they have not been great since Tom Brady, and now look at them, man. So in a way, I don't know. Is it too far off to say that Baker Mayfield is like Tom Brady?
All right.
Hey, I'm just saying that team has not been good since Tom Brady. He left. The team sucked. In comes Baker Mayfield. Look at them now.
I've given Baker credit. All right. It seemed like his career was really taking a downhill spiral. But you know what? He's really elevated his career going to Tampa Bay. Or I guess it started with the Rams and now going to Tampa Bay. So, he's been resilient throughout his career because it looked like he was over when he left Cleveland for Carolina. Then he didn't have a good stint with Carolina. So, he's really doing really good stuff over there.
And now we're seeing the beginning of a dynasty.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see, man. All right. This one has a lot of storyline to it. We have the Monday Night Football game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Rams. They're actually going to be playing at the Toaster in Arizona. Okay, they just switched it, I believe today, or I guess for you guys yesterday. But at the Toaster, the Vikings are 14-3 as the 5th seed, 14-3. Okay, Rams are the 3rd seed at 10-7. So there's a lot to talk about in this game. How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, they moved the game because they just couldn't sell enough tickets.
I'm sorry, the Rams are the 4th seed.
No, they moved this game because LA is on fire, man, and just the smoke all over the place is insane. Like, good gosh, I was trucking through that smoke. It was so dark. But anyway, all right. So I don't think there's a competitive game, man. Oh, I don't. Do the Rams stand a chance here?
I'll let you know when I get to my pick, man.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it, man. I don't think the Rams stand a chance.
Oh,
I think there's a complete. There's what Sunday Night Football?
It's Monday night.
Oh, Monday Night Football.
I don't like the fact. Let me say something. I don't like the fact that there's a Monday night game in the playoffs. I think they should have it on Saturday and Sunday. I think that they should just have one morning game on Saturday. Is that too much of a problem? I don't think so. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man. Why are you putting it? And then you're going to put this game on. Man, this is going to be a blowout. This is going to be a blowout. Hey, shout out to the Rams fans. Home team. We live here. But, dog, this is going to be sad to watch.
Okay. So you got the Vikings.
I got the Vikings by 3 possessions easily.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with the Rams, and here's why.
what the heck is going on here?
The Rams are healthy. They've been playing good ball for the most part through this last stretch of the season. All right, they started off terrible. They were injured, but since they have gotten healthy, they have been playing some pretty solid ball. All right. The Rams are just that one team that really just seems like they don't want us, that they just stick around in the playoff conversation, in actually just sleeper picks when it comes to teams. Nobody picked them to win the NFC West. I guess almost nobody. So I like Matt Stafford over Sam Darnold. The Vikings on Sunday night, they didn't really show me much. Okay, they played against a really hurt Lions defense, and they only scored 9 points. They showed a lot of flaws in that game against Detroit, and I get it. It's the Lions. They're the best team in the NFC, right? But the Vikings showed a lot of flaws. Okay, they could not finish drives. When they were driving down the field, they couldn't finish drives, and then second half, they couldn't even drive down the field at all. So I got the Rams. I feel confident with that pick.
Oh, okay, let me combat that a little bit. That nobody picked them to win the NFC West. Who is the NFC West, man? I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? We're talking about the Niners. Look, no disrespect to the Niners, but come on, man. Their season was terrible. Who are we talking about here? It's not like there was a bunch of great elite teams in the NFC West.
No, I get what you're saying. Okay, but am I wrong?
How many wild card teams are from the NFC West
I'm
there?
just saying, am I wrong? At the beginning of the season, were you saying, oh man, the Rams are gonna win the NFC West?
No, but that's because okay. No, all right. Technically, you're right. Okay, you're right. At the same time, that being said, man, none of the teams really had that great of a season, including the Rams. They didn't have that. I mean, they had an all right season. They did just enough to barely win the NFC West, man.
And they're gonna do just enough to beat the Minnesota Vikings. I'm telling you.
You're talking okay. So to you, they're so red hot. It's like they lit the city on fire.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that. All right. All I'm gonna say is I wasn't impressed from the Vikings. And I think, look, man, the Rams have that experience. They've been there before. Sam Darnold, I believe this is his first time in the playoffs. Okay, he had a big game last week, and the Vikings didn't really show up offensively. So what's to say that there's going to be any difference this week?
A lot, man. I just don't see. Okay. All right. Well, hey, that's the beauty of it, right? We will find out. We shall find out. But there's a 3-possession game easily for me.
Okay.
For me.
Okay. I think it's a close game. I think the Rams win 23-20. 23-20.
No, I don't think it's that good. I think people are going to be bored. Those purple people eaters are going to just tear them up, man.
We'll see.
We'll
see. Sam Darnold and the Vikings did let me down a little bit. All right. Maybe that's why. Sam Darnold, that's my boy. All right. And he didn't look very good on Sunday Night Football. All right. Next, last but not least, and obviously we saved this game for last on purpose. We have Saturday night, prime time on Prime. Literally. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers walking into Baltimore to play the Ravens. Oh, yes, we have the best rivalry in the NFL going at it in the postseason for the first time, by the way, in Baltimore. Every time these teams have played each other in the playoffs has been at Heinz Field. This is the first time it's at M&T Bank Stadium. That's just an interesting fact for you guys. All right. Steelers are the 6th seed. Ravens are the 3rd seed. 12-5. Steelers are 10-7. Steelers have lost 4 consecutive games pretty badly. Ravens, on the other hand, have been playing up. Steelers have been going down. Ravens have been playing up. Ravens will be missing Zay Flowers. That is their wide receiver 1. I'll hand it off to you first. I do have a lot to say here, but I'll hand it off to you first just to hear what you have to say, okay?
Oh, Saturday night ball. And by the way, you can only watch it on Prime. Usually, when they do something like that, you could watch it on TV or you could stream it on another platform. But this game, you can only watch it on Prime, and that is it. If you do not have Prime, you are screwed. You will not see the biggest rivalry in football be completely dismantled. Because as much as it pains me to say, oh yeah. Okay. Well, I want to be optimistic here. Okay, look, I am for damn sure going for my Steelers. Okay, and I am finding every loophole I possibly can for them to get this victory. And look, I do believe that it is possible. All right, I do believe it is possible. If I were not a Steeler fan, to me it's an easy pick. I go Ravens. By the way, Ryan Fitzpatrick was right. You bastard. I recorded you. I put it up here on this channel so I could laugh at you. Man, that came back to bite me.
Kind of want to take that video down.
God, hey, man. Damn it. So he was right. Ever since he said that, boom, that the losing streak started for the Steelers. Good gosh, man. Look, that final game. All right. First of all, yeah, they lost 3 in a row. And then here comes the final game, which really didn't matter much because the Ravens had already won. So it really didn't make a difference for the Steelers. However, JJ Watt came out before the game and said, like, no, we still need to win this game because we're on a losing streak. And there's no little switch that you just hit. Hey, playoff time to turn on the switch. No, so we need to get our team morale back. It looked like it got even worse. Now you got dudes yelling at each other on the sidelines. Like everything is falling apart, man. Like this season, I would have rather this team just stuck all season long, really, instead of make me believe. They made me believe. They made me believe, man. I came into this season. Okay, I came into this season with little to no hopes. I was just like, hey, it's a rebuilding season. They're going to see what they got. And, 2026, hopefully we got it all together. And, man, they made me believe. And after even so many wins, I remember coming on here and I was just like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But they won again. It's like, oh, well, they won again. It's like, man, I don't. And then at one point I just said, I believe now. I believe. You made me believe. And now you're just ripping that apart, man. Good gosh. Look, they got a chance. I think they got a chance. I think the fact that it's against the Ravens turns up that switch a little bit. If there's some sort of switch, TJ Watt said there is no switch. And I get it. Yeah, man. You got to get yourself psyched up for this game. It's the playoffs. It's a new season. Regular season doesn't count anymore. Now you don't have to be the better team. You just have to be the better team that night. That's it. That is it. So do I give them a chance? Yeah, I do. Damn, man, but this team just has so many flaws. It's just all over the place. A lot of their victories were like, it's boring football, just completely pathetic victory in a way of winning the game. 18 points by just Boswell. You get into the end zone. It's just like a bunch of flukes. And it's like, good gosh, man. It almost seems like the Steelers are there by luck, and now the luck has ran out.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you know what? Let me be this delusional Steeler fan. This delusional Steeler fan. All right? We're in the playoffs. Okay? Whether people like it or not.
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs.
Okay.
All right. They are going into Baltimore. Their arch rival. This ain't no any other team. This ain't no Houston Texans. This ain't no Buffalo Bills. This is your main rival. This is Dodgers Giants of the NFL. Batman versus Robin. And the Steelers are Batman, by the way, because, black and yellow. Ravens are purple.
Batman versus Joker.
Batman versus Joker. What the hell?
Yeah, Robin's a little punk.
Batman versus the Joker. I don't know what the hell. I'm so hyped right now.
Yeah, I know you're giving me. Let's go. Come on, man.
This is Batman versus Joker. This is AFC North football. Yeah. You have been just absolutely embarrassed. The past 4 weeks, the past month, you have been absolutely embarrassed by your division rival as well, by two of them. All right? This is your time. I don't care if you lose by 50 to the Kansas City Chiefs or to the Buffalo Bills next week. All right? That doesn't really even matter to me. What matters to me is this game. All right? Come on, man, against the Ravens.
Yeah.
This ain't, and I'm hearing a lot of Steelers fans saying, oh, they're done. And you know what? They have every right to say that. Even I've said that. But this is the legit. This is for real, man. Come on. I believe because the Steelers were able to beat the Ravens without even scoring a touchdown earlier this year. All right? Steelers need to get their fundamentals together. No doubt. They need to get a lot of stuff together. And Mike Tomlin as well. Okay? This entire team. Because Mike Tomlin, let's throw this out there. Let's say it. He has not had a good postseason record in a while. Okay, since he's won the Super Bowl, or since he's made the Super Bowl in 2010, his postseason record has been under 500. It's been terrible. It's been terrible. I think he has, 3 wins? All 3 of those wins have been coming since, the 2016 season? They haven't won a playoff game since the 2016 season. This is so much on the line here. And I do believe that the Rooneys are keeping an eye out on this game because it's starting to look like the same thing. It's starting to look like the same exact thing from last season. All right. And they've tried to put some people on the team, better up the defense, better up the offense, which, like I said, there's still flaws offensively. They can work on the offensive line, everything like that. Okay. But they're trying. They're trying to evolve. All right. And if you lose this game, I do think that there's going to be some changes. I do. I don't know if it's the quarterbacks. I don't know if it's the head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, but there's a lot at stake for this game. I do believe that. So you guys got to go in there and handle business and beat the Ravens because nobody expects you to beat them. You got to believe in yourselves, man. And I hope that they come in with some sort of intensity because you have to. You must come with some sort of intensity, man, going into this game.
Wow, man. Wow. I just, you know what? Steelers are going to win this, man. Okay. All right. Man, it's like fire. What's going on, man? I believe that they can win, but I wouldn't bet on them winning. Okay.
No.
Yes, I think had they been going up against a different team, what you said, had they been going up against the Texans or one of these other teams, I would actually not give them more. I would actually not give them a shot if they're going up against the Chargers or something. But because they're going up against the Ravens and the history between the two teams and knowing what's at stake. And yeah, man, you know what? I think certain players and people on the staff know that careers are on the line as well.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, man, you're not just going to go forward with a team like this into the next season.
There's no way.
No, it can't happen. No, it can't happen. So, I think there's a very low scoring game.
That's what we should be expecting.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Some straight old school Steeler Raven football, man. Bring it back to those 2000s, early 2010s. All right. So I even want some rain. I even want some rain.
You want to see blood and stuff then.
Look, man. Look, there's just so much. I'm being delusional here. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But you know what? The Steelers have been counting out all year. Everybody was saying, oh, they're going to have their Mike Tomlin's going to have his first losing season. They're going to finish below 500. They're the worst team in the division. Hey, man, they haven't looked the best. All right? But all these analysts haven't been giving you a shot all year. And you know what? They're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing for this game. I've seen it. Nobody's picking the Steelers to win this game. Prove them wrong at least one more time. That is all I have to say. Prove them wrong at least one more time.
Stick it to Ryan Fitzpatrick, damn it. No, I do give them a chance. I do give them a chance because of who they're playing, not because the Ravens suck, but because the history of these two teams, because the rivalry of these two teams, and the still. I mean, good gosh, man, go get them. Go get them. It's going to be a hostile environment. Gosh, it's going to be a hostile environment, man. This is going to be Saturday Night Football. Let's do it. Saturday Night Football, man. All right. So we go Steelers.
We're waving them towels, baby. We're waving them towels. The fat lady has not sang yet. All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Saturday night.
The Flake Gate.
Okay. I don't know about all of that. You know, that's.
Come on. Let's go get them. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers. Let's go.
Let's get this, baby. Booyah.